Well, good afternoon and welcome to the Countdown to Pull Time show. Dan Mayer joined by Charles Posch. We've also got Krista Kelly here tonight. We got Andy Kaiser joining us. And guys, we're here at the Buck in Pennsylvania. What a big night we've got planned here tonight.
Yeah, I've been 22 years of trying to bucket list for me. It has lived up thus far to expectations. Out.
Yeah, absolutely. And the first time that I've had the opportunity to be here since you guys have gone to the widening mode here for so many years, been a single track over the years, and good to see here. We got double track action here tonight. Going to be an outstanding program, of course, not too far away from Philadelphia, all the major, we got Baltimore right down the road as well. I mean, it's nestled in a pretty decent area in the country.
Yeah, just about an hour and a half from Philly, an hour and a half from Baltimore, and Harrisburg's not far away, so it's a great location. Right here, without a whole lot of, suburban around, so we can make a lot of noise. I think we're planning on doing a lot of that tonight.
And Andy, I like to refer to this as four-wheel drive country out here. When you get the Winchester, Virginia, you kind of osmosis away from that area. And right here at the Buck, we have got a field of four-wheel drives scheduled to go here tonight. All the best are here this weekend.
Looks like on some strong clay that's going to take horsepower is a positive. That's what these guys do. They build a lot of it, work with a lot of pliers and builders to create horsepower. They're going to get a chance to lace them down here in the Pennsylvania dirt.
Yeah, absolutely. And this dirt here is very special, clay base down here. And that is one thing that always, the Buck has always been known for is that big, high horsepower track. And the competitors back there that have pulled here years ago, they're kind of back there. They got, they're going in their notes. They know what they're in for here tonight.
I tell you what, you get a lot of these guys really trying to figure out how many front weights to put on them. When you're watching this one here tonight, you perhaps may see more front weights on than what some of these other tracks have done because of this tight clay. It's known to be tight since 1974. We've been using the same quarry for this clay all the way from the 52 years ago.
We're watching this test hook go by us with that front wheel assist New Holland. Box is back almost all the way under the cab, and we're picking the front tires up on that test tractor. That tells you what we got, and you can see with the grousers just catching in front of us. And, this is some tight clay material that we don't see all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. And, of course, back to the Northeast. And like you say, Charles, 2007, the last time the Grand Nationals circuit here at the Buck in Pennsylvania. These competitors, they're back there. They're hungry. They're ready to go. But we also got to talk about these great fans here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania area that come and support this great event.
Hey, they've been begging to have this show back for a long time. And I know we have been in conversation trying to get right with the circuit and getting it fit into our other shows. And it's just been a struggle to do it. 19 years. So there is a lot of excitement in the fans, a lot of energy. We only do one Friday night show a year. This is tonight. We're usually only Saturday nights, but you can see the stands are already filling up just for the excitement of the Grand Nationals here for NTPA at the Buck.
Now, guys, just this week, some big announcements coming for this event here. The promoter of the event, Mr. Zane, he has put in a ton of extra work, and we got some bucks as well.
Yeah, I tell you what, we're going to be adding up the distance from both nights, and then there's going to be an extra $1,000 to those who can add up. So you may not even have to get first place both nights, but there's still money to be had just for doing a continuous, strong run for both the Friday night program tonight and tomorrow night as well. So that's got the competitors talking.
You got to love the name, too, the Buckmaster. You got to love that name.
And the theme carries into the trophies that these guys can win here this weekend. I first saw those. I don't know if they were out yesterday. Maybe it was this morning I first saw them. There'll be nothing else that anybody's got in their trophy rooms at home. They're going to look like these.
Yeah, I tell you what, to get one of these at the historic Buck track, it's something that they're going to remember.
They will.
And, Charles, we give away some major awards, all the events across the country. But this one here a little bit special because we're going on total distance, where normally we go on your placing for the weekend.
Yeah, the average of placings can often lead to some ties, so we wind up at the total distance number. But look for maybe that surprise as we go through tomorrow night, where in that one class, maybe you got that guy who was back there at third and we had a tight class, and then on Saturday night, he just breaks one off and sails out there and maybe takes it away. So we'll see.
Yeah, going to be exciting as we give away those Buckmaster Awards tomorrow. Make sure you tune in for that. Of course, all the folks watching us right now on YouTube and Facebook, we are going to go live right about that 7 o'clock start time. So if you're not with Full Pull Live, make sure you get out there and join it, because we have got, now I didn't do the overall total entries for the weekend. I think we were right around that 75 to 80 mark at one point. But, I mean, guys, what a spectacular show we've got for these fans here tonight. Let's talk a little bit about the class order we're going to see here.
Yeah, it's going to be, I'll tell you, I haven't heard the class actual order come through on my screen yet, but I do want to remind the fans that if you were, so we're going to be, class orders now coming up here. So we're going to be running 2 tracks here tonight. And I tell you what, a lot of guys, a lot of the fans, they love the smoker tractors. They love the high horsepower of the Super Stock Open. That would be followed by the 2-wheel drive. And then on the Bauer sled, the 4-wheel drive, and, of course, everybody loves the multi-engine Unlimiteds that'll be cutting it loose there. Great lineup here for tonight.
It's a cool thing to be out here regionally on the East Coast. The Unlimited class, the lineup to me looks about like the usual suspects. The other 3 classes, though, we got stuff here that we don't see every week, so that's going to be neat to mix it up. There's our Unlimiteds coming at you later tonight. We got stuff from Oklahoma, Minnesota, New York, Iowa, Indiana, and Kentucky going to be in that class.
Yeah, all the big players are here for the Unlimited tractors. I know it's been a long time, you fans here at the Buck. I hope you brought your earplugs, because you're going to need them here tonight.
Super Stock Open, I look at Jeff Hodem and Lance Meisick. Nice to see those guys here with NTPA. We don't see them too often. And we got that guy with the diesel in there who wants to mix things up.
Yeah, absolutely. You always got to watch that tractor. And then, of course, we go to the truck classes, guys.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a bunch.
A lot. Like that is 2-wheel drive, of which there will be 25. And when we get to 4-wheel drives, 32.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I don't think I've seen, announcing here 21 years, I've seen lined up a 32 4-wheel drive. So,
and, of course, fans, we do have all the Grand National traveling pros here this weekend and all the classes that you're going to see here tonight. And, you know, going into, Charles, it's hard to believe, we're almost to that halfway point of the season.
It's been a blink, and now we're here, and it's really remarkable. We're seeing points races sort of shape up at this particular point in the season. You were busy with the Grand National Tour at a couple of stops last week. Well, I was not. But for these classes we've got this evening and tomorrow, they've all had 2 weeks off as well coming out of Tillman.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, going back to the Buck, you know, and I had talked to a couple of the competitors that had pulled back here 19 years ago, and I asked them, I says, you still have that notebook? They're like, oh, yeah, we still have that notebook, and readily available. They said some of the things a little bit different here. Now, of course, going with the widening with the 2 tracks here, I would imagine that the surface would be pretty similar, but you just never know.
I don't know, as you said, I mean, we got different material, I think. Same source, but different material is laid on the ground here versus what we had, 20 years ago.
Yeah, you just never know. I know they really worked hard this week. I mean, we came out here, dissed this up a few times this week, picking the rocks out. Really, I mean, so this track should be really built. The moisture's down in, so as the evening progresses, we might even see a track that even tightens up. That's not uncommon when you're dealing with this level of the clay and getting the moisture down in like the tracker did.
And, Andy, speaking of a multi-purpose facility here, tell the folks at home that don't know about the Buck Motorsports Park what else you guys do here at this particular venue.
Well, this track was built specifically for tractor pulling. That was the sole purpose, but then, and it pulled every Friday and Saturday night for decades. But in the late 80s, it was like, okay, the fans weren't showing up as much, and they started demanding some other things. So we just had a big demolition derby and fireworks here just a few weeks ago. Monster truck shows, 4 of those per year we do. I mean, you love the monster trucks. So we have a Truckers' Day that benefits the Children's Miracle Network taking place later on in next month, and that's been going on for over 30 years. So the partnership with Truckers for Miracle Kids. So each and every week we really have a lot of fun giving varied family entertainment to the fans of the local area. So, if you have time and you're listening to this right now and you're, located, put in the address of 900 Lancaster Pike, Quarryville, and you'll see, hey, if the GPS says it's an hour to get here, you got time to get to tonight's show and get introduced to, tractor pulling and then, some of these other events coming up as well.
I think in past years you guys have done dirt drags here as well, have you not?
We have done diesel, dirt drags, gas drag racing side by side. Now with the wider track, we're doing 3-wide racing right here on this very surface.
I'm guessing if you gave this surface to the dirt track guys, we would see 330-foot times that would rival anything on concrete. This would be fast.
Yeah, they can really get a grip on it. It's a lot of fun. So you never know what you're going to see here. They call this the playground of power.
There you go.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys still do the mud bogs as well? Bring in, churn up the
Mud
track
bogs
here?
just came back this year. So we see sometimes we give some events a break and give a different look to things, try some new ones out. But mud bogs came back this year, built a 3-foot pit of mud. Not only do we run run some of the classes of mud trucks through it, but even the people, we let the fans go out and go get some, dig some mud. We call that the Dash for Cash. It's a blast and really a big tradition here, part of the Buck.
Yeah, absolutely. And, of course, we got some of the diehards getting here early, and glad to see all you folks come out early and get your favorite seats here because the action going to be hot and heavy once we get rolling here tonight and get everything underway. But, Charles, we're going to go back to the schedule here with the NTPA. Of course, the Buck here in the Lancaster, Pennsylvania area this weekend. And then next weekend, we go out west again.
We do. We bounce out to Macon, Missouri, another event that has not been a part of the NTPA Grand National Tour for a couple of decades, and looking forward to getting back out there. Cody Lewis and his team have really put together a strong program across 3 days when we get out to Macon. And the travel just does not stop for a couple more weeks after that before we finally kind of late part of the year sort of settle down into Ohio.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, we got the Chapel Hill event, the Super Bowl of the South, coming up the following weekend. That'll be a double event because Brandenburg, Kentucky,
yeah,
as the way the schedule falls this year, will be on that same weekend. The following weekend, we go to Fort Recovery, and then that's it for July. We move on into August.
Yeah, we go to Rockwell, Iowa, and then we do come into Ohio for several weeks till we have to go to Sandwich, Illinois. But you mentioned double events. It's a double event weekend for us right now because the Grand National Super Farms and 4.1 Limited Pros are pulling in Wisconsin this weekend.
Yeah, big event up in Lancaster, Wisconsin this weekend. You can also see that on Full Pull Live. If you are not a subscriber, we got that event going on as well. All kinds of great action going on this weekend, Charles, with Full Pull Live. The Outlaws are out in Rock Valley, Iowa. I mean, you name it. I mean, if you had a bucket of popcorn, you're sitting at home tonight, I mean, you could literally watch 3-4 different events going on, and, it's just so hard to do. You got to pick one and go with it, but that's the way I work with it. But, yeah, all kinds of great action going on this weekend, and make sure you do check out, the Super Farm competitors and the Limited Pros because they're going to have some big numbers up there.
Go to your local sports bar, slip the bartender a 50, and get 4 of those screens turned on.
Yeah, absolutely. Jeff Ball and his crew up there working up in Lancaster, Wisconsin. We give a shout out as, Andy, let's talk a little bit about, we talked about, the Buck when they kind of widened the facility out here, but let's go back to the beginning, back in 74 when this facility first started.
1974, 1973, this was just a farm field. And so you can see we have some of the photos coming across your screen now of some of the heritage pulling. Really, and I really want you to see the history. There's so much innovation taking place in tractor pulling at this time. Guys are really discovering about putting the big blocks in there and turning them up and just the innovation that was taking place. But it was really an amazing time in the 70s and 80s and 90s and continues to this day. So when I stand, we're actually standing right in the middle here where we're at on the original track. Where these photos that we're looking at on the screen are located at. And as we scroll through this, we'll just really see some names that perhaps are familiar, names that perhaps are not. But there is Leon Oberholzer, they call him the Flying Dutchman. And he really had a great Alice Chalmers D21. He put a lot of time on this track, a dairy farmer. And he's really good. He passed away a few years ago. But I don't know. You're watching these photos. Does this bring back some memories for you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. You got Black Magic there, the Luckenbill brothers from, how do you say their hometown? I can't say it, but it doesn't sound the way it looks. But, yeah, these guys been around a long time.
Long time.
And the Black Magic there. We got the Tinker Toy, Willard Will. Him and his son pulled for many, many years, and then they kind of just retired away. And, yeah, great looking at some of these old pictures here, some of the Northeast best. Is that
Wheatley, I believe? The Delaware Ether Eater. Hopefully I'm seeing it right. But, you can see, they were trying all kinds of things. And I don't know if that was a turbocharger pushed out the side, but these guys were just trying.
And that one's still around.
I was going to say, do you see the side shield there? We just took the road sign and we put the...
It still exists. It's still a thing.
Yeah, Dan Fellenbaum there. We got
they just retired. That's the Zieglers there, yes. Yeah, they just retired. I think the truck is still out there. Probably for sale. You can get that one.
Everybody knows who that is.
Yeah, that one there taken right in Pocono, Pennsylvania there, as we got the Banner Brothers as we go back here to the Buckshot. as we've got Gary Mills, one to go, many different variations of the one to go. And, of course, that tractor's still around and down in North Carolina,
Yes,
I believe,
it is.
is where it ended up.
Oh, there's
Oh,
the
the
Stoufers.
Stoufers.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Oh, boy.
Air-cooled Deutz.
Yeah, we found one of those, and we got to put that out. Boy, they put a lot of yards.
Yeah, that looks like Todd Wentz, Easy Does It tractor, the John Deere. He put a lot of miles in the Northeast as well, another competitor that made his way on through. And, of course, there you go, Coleman Wheatley before he moved out to the Midwest.
And went to a red one.
And there we take a look at
that guy we're going to see tonight. Yeah, Brian McDonald, I understand. Is that right?
Yeah, Brian McDonald, the McDonald's delivery, ran that up through 1989 before he sold it on to the Stockett family. And, of course, he turned it into the meat wagon many, many years after that. But, Brian making his return in two-wheel drive competition here tonight. Of course, that's going to be a great story. So, all kinds of great history, Andy. And I got to ask you, because for so many years, the Buck here, they always said the fastest measuring crew in the world. Whatever happened to all them guys and gals that did that?
Some of them have been moved over here and have built this track here today. Some of them retired. I actually saw one who used to work here back here. Dave was hanging out here. So, they were fast. They'd pull that rope across, pull the tape out, and they were known. That's interesting that you heard about the Buck measuring crew from where you're at.
I remember watching them because you're here, and then all of a sudden you see all this crew come out. There was about 4 or 5 of them, and before you know it, you had the distance. And, I mean, that was quicker than a laser, how quick they were back in the day.
Yeah, in fact, they stayed on. We actually kept them on for a long time because of their reliability. And like you said, they were so fast. Why bring out the laser? And they loved it. They really enjoyed it.
Yeah, they would use a particular sled, and they would have it measured out where that sled, and then they'd measure off the back of it. And, it was just incredible to watch them work. And, like I say, accurate as you wouldn't believe, but they always said, hey, we are the fastest, and they proved it. I mean, they would literally, Oz Arment, the announcer for many, many years here at the Buck, would always kind of get them going and, always – a great story on that, and fastest measuring crew ever.
He was always proud of that. He announced here for 40 years. I know there's a lot of people here that really miss his voice. I miss it probably more than anybody, as we listen to him all.
I never got to be here and hear him in person, but hearing him play back on old videos through the years, that was a voice that you didn't have to even look at the screen. You knew when you heard it who it was.
Yeah, there he is in the middle right there. Oz has started announcing here, I think in 79 or 80, and ran right up until his retirement in about 17. He passed away not long after that. So did his son, Scott, who was a big part of this track, who was raised here since 9 years old. His wife actually just retired last year from the Buck, Dottie on the left. And, there's a lot of family history here with the Arment family.
So, Andy, let's kind of talk about how it worked as far as getting the NTPA Grand National back here at the Buck. I mean, was it one of those things where the fans just kept asking, hey, we want to see the Grand National competitors? I mean, how did that all come about?
It really started by social media. I mean, that's where we hear from our fans what they liked about a show, what they want to see in the future. And we created a Facebook page, I think, in 2010. So I created it and managed it for many years. And constant through the winter, through the summer, they love the tractor pulling at the Buck. But when is NTPA coming back? When can we get them back? So they pretty much just wore us down until we started having to really beg with the NTPA of how can we work this into the schedule? How can we make this feasible? And this is really a multi-year process to get to this night and tomorrow night for this to happen. So, Zane and your crew, just communicating. Communication was the key to making this happen, but it really all started with the fans pulling on it.
Yeah, I got on my radar that there was interest about bringing NTPA back here probably 2 or 3 years ago. And then this year, over the wintertime, we had the calendar flip, which happens about every 7 years. And it opened a weekend where we didn't have something, and we could put it in. So it's cool that we're able to make that work now finally.
Yeah, it's just amazing, too, to work with you guys. Again, I got to work with you when you were here last in, I think, 2008. And, I mean, just the not only the competitors getting better and faster and stronger, but, the video production, the fact we get to be live and live stream. And we're not confined to just this park, but FullPull.live is a nice way to connect when you can't make it to the show as well. So what a fantastic opportunity to be a part of this. And, just welcome to all of you who are streaming and are here to Buck Motorsports Park. It's an honor to have you here.
And one of the great things is basically the original date would always be that week after July 4th, and here we are, and we're doing it again.
Back to tradition. Tradition is strong. It's a beautiful thing.
So as you can see, fans, we got a great night of pulling coming at you here tonight. Now, Charles, we talked about 2 weeks ago up in Tomah, Wisconsin, these 4 classes here. Let's talk about that event up in Tomah. We saw some great pulling, but they come into the buck with both barrels loaded.
They do, and they have to. There's a limited number of opportunities in any given season for any of these classes to come out here and do this. You can come back from a bad night once, but you can't do it multiple times. And really, we have seen consistency so far in 2026 across all Grand National classes. And the guys that are coming in here this weekend, there isn't anybody that can't get to the proper end of the track and have that winning pass. And you're going to have to do that. You're going to have to hang with them to stay in the points races.
Yeah, speaking of points races, one interesting points race is our two-wheel drive class, which kicked off in Tomah, Wisconsin. You come in here this weekend, we've only got one guy out of that top 5 that's in the points right now, so we're going to have a huge shakeup after this weekend.
We are. They're kind of a unique scenario in the sense that, they've only had to come out and run 2 sessions. We got other classes that started way back in March in Florida. Their season's over half done already, so they're probably the unique class in terms of being able to shake up the snow globe a little bit and see where things are going to shake out. But for Superstock Open, 4-wheel drive, and Unlimited, now's the time where points championships are not won, they are lost. You can't make a mistake.
Yeah, and if a puller tells you we're not looking at points, they're lying to you.
They are lying.
Because at this point in the year, they are looking at them points. You know, that's always the old adage. We don't look at points. They're looking at points.
Got a bunch of iron back up here in the staging lane. Just about everybody's been across the scales. We're starting to bring our first pieces of iron down in here to get staged up and get ready to put on a show for everybody.
Yeah, so once again, we'll have the 4-wheel drives over here on, I'd have to say the road side over here, over on the road side. Then we've got of course, over on the grandstand side, the big grandstand side here, as we will have, of course, the Superstock Open competitors. And you know, we talked about, big tires, small tires, running after this, running after that. You know, talking to some of the Unlimited competitors earlier this afternoon, they said, running after all those 4-wheel drives, they said, we'll be fine. They said, this track, we'll be good to go. A lot of times, they tear this up, tear that up. These 4-wheel drives will kind of make it real nice out there and real nice to pull on. 4-wheel
drive oftentimes tends to be that build-a-road class. We may get to see that here this evening. The Unlimiteds, when you got 15,000 horsepower, you can do just about whatever you want.
Yeah, and try to get that horsepower to the track with a track like this out here. Just got to be awesome. Got to be awesome to see it. I can't wait to see it bend the throttles here tonight.
It's going to be interesting to see what the team here that built the track and Mr. Miller was able to come up with because of what the 2 different tire sizes want. The big tractors, the big tires, they want things to be a little bit softer. The trucks, they want the track to actually be on the hard side, and they're going to be apart from each other. They're going to have to contend with whatever they're going to see at any given moment. So we'll have to see how that's going to play out.
Yeah, absolutely. And, of course, we'll get our sled operators back here to the start line. We've got both of the tracks basically scratched in here tonight, ready to go for our competitors as they get everything all lined up down here. As we're waiting for Tommy Corsa to come out and talk with us here a little bit. And Tommy will make his way out on the track, of course, 4-wheel drive competitor and leading those 4-wheel drive points.
Again, he kind of had a little bit of a statement on Saturday night at the Grand Nationals a few weeks ago. As you said, kind of had his pocket picked on Friday night, and he came back on Saturday and said, I'm doing this, come and get me, and no one could.
Yeah, absolutely. And, of course, the Corsa team, Tyler coming back out this year, a 3-truck team. Yeah. We've got a couple of those back in the pits. And what's also interesting, we talked about it earlier, is all the regional competitors that have come out and going through the pits this afternoon, talking to some old friends you haven't seen in a couple of years. And they're like, we haven't been out yet this year, but we were made sure we came out to the Buck this weekend.
Yeah, it'll be good to see those the local trucks and see how they fare against our usual touring pros out here. And I know you're excited to see them get one over on these guys. And I got to admit, I kind of like it too.
Oh, absolutely. And, we talked about years ago Winchester, Virginia being the hotbed for the 4-wheel drives. Well, it's kind of moved around a little bit here. It seems like now we got the Tappahannock area is now the hotbed for 4-wheel drive competitors. But, yeah, still very strong in the Maryland area, the Virginia area as well with these modified 4-wheel drive competitors.
Indeed. And to be fair, there's some tough trucks that come out of Georgia these days, too. We had a stretch there, and with the Corsas basically locking out the front of 4-wheel drive now for 18 months, got to put them on the map, too.
Absolutely going to be a strong class of modified four-wheelers as they're getting lined up back there, getting scaled. So as just waiting for Tommy to make his way out here. Tommy Corsa, one of our fine sponsors here with the NTPA circuit. And, of course, Andy, what do you got for some of the local support now? I do see some vendors back there behind the main grandstand.
Yeah, we're real happy with Skag. I've never seen a Skag. Everybody knows Skag orange, you know, a very distinct orange that they have. But I'm like, there's a pink one back there and a purple one, and it's like, what's going on? They have tribute mowers, which is just really cool for them to see. And the fact that, you know, you got the breast cancer survivor mower back there. You also have the military, the themed one. And that's just really special to get your eyes. You never think of mowers being eye candy, but they certainly are with Skag. So we're happy with them. One of our local sponsors, they've been a part of the Buck for a long time, JCB Equipment. And with Stevenson Equipment out of Harrisburg has partnered up here. And we are proud of them, as well as Deere Country, local John Deere dealer with 4 stores with Lancaster, Lebanon, Adamstown, and Allentown. Really appreciate them for being a part of the show here tonight, too. Partnerships are important.
Yeah, absolutely. And fans, don't be afraid. Head on back there. Talk to these fine folks. They're here. Help support this great event. Let's support them back with their fine sponsors. And speaking of fine sponsors, Tommy, come on over here. You probably heard your ears were ringing a little bit there as we were kind of talking about you back there. But good to see you, of course, in the national scheme of things. We'll put Tommy right in the middle here, of course. Four-wheel drive class sponsor, first year here with A to Z blow molding service, and Tommy Corsa out of Georgia. Tell us a little bit about A to Z.
Well, A to Z blow molding is we work on the machines that make the gallon milk bottles. It's pretty cool. They make 6-head, 10-head machines. They make a lot of bottles for these dairy plants.
So every morning when we pour a glass of milk into our cereal or drink a glass of milk, we got to thank you for that.
Absolutely. We do all the way from 4 ounces all the way up to 2.5 gallons.
It's good to have you guys step up and take care of the mod four-wheel drive competitors. I know it was something that you said. It's important to me. I want to give back to these guys and girls that I run with each and every day during the summer.
Yeah, these got a great bunch of guys out here. It's going to be a tough competition tonight. Good luck to everyone.
You're sitting on the sharp end of the stick again, but you've added in the third truck. Doesn't seem to affect your concentration at all.
Well, I have a lot of help. Premier Machining, they've been a big help to us. Taylor and Tyler both. They help us get out here and get the trucks tuned up.
Yeah, absolutely. And we talked about that, 3 truck teams out there and just how crazy things have to be when you're running a big class like this, trying to keep track of everything. But what's coming up next for A to Z? What do you guys got coming down the pike?
Just been busy. We took the time to come here or time to run this Grand National, but I'm excited to go to Macon, Missouri.
You're ready to go pulling, and of course, there we go. I said you're ready to go pulling. Of course, we talked a little bit earlier about some of the southern states in Georgia. How did you guys get involved with the sport of four-wheel drive truck pulling?
Actually, we go way back. We go back to Glenn Davis, Roy Everett, Tony Osteen. Those guys ran when I was just growing up. So it just kind of grew on us, and we've been pulling ever since.
Yeah, you're giving me the shivers there. You start mentioning some of those names, some of the greats out there. But four-wheel drive started in the South, and they've just been so popular over the years and continue to just keep more and more competitors out of the South. And a great class. Of course, last 2 weeks ago, we were up in Tomah, Wisconsin, big field of four-wheel drives. We got another big field here this week. And how do the numbers look for you guys?
I don't know. We've never been here before, so we're just we're going to look at the track and see how it's going to work out good for us. But all these guys out here who's running four-wheel drive are the best of the best here.
Now, do you kind of lean on some of your friends out there to kind of help you through what they've pulled here before, or do you just kind of a shooting match out there?
Well, it's just a shooting match, really. You're not going to find out what they're running. They can get close, but they're not going to tell you exactly. But we just got to look at the track and kind of put our own spin on things.
With having the 3-truck team, body styles are different, but is there enough similarity where you guys have enough experience with the trucks where whatever one does, you can go to the other one and say, okay, I need to maybe change this or that?
Well, 2 of the trucks are the same, but the third one we put on is a little different, so we can't match up everything to all 3. A little different.
Fair enough. I understand that. But you guys will figure it out, and you will learn how to translate with that 3rd truck.
Great guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Tommy, we'll let you get back to the start line. You can tell he's ready to go. Tommy Corsa joining us here tonight. Of course, A to Z Blow Molding, a fine sponsor here of the modified four-wheel drive. And always like talking to Tommy. You know, he's always ready to go, focused. And you can tell he's itching.
The energy's already in there. He's ready to go. If we talk to him a couple hours from now after it's all over, it'll be a different conversation.
Yeah, a little bit cooler back there. And we've got Krista Kelly out here, the fourth member of our team here this weekend. Krista, who do you got out there tonight?
So I'm in the stands, guys. I'm actually right around the 200-foot mark. And these guys that I'm behind, they have no idea. Here from Lancaster, right? You said I'd rather be hanging with. Yeah. No. Yeah. Who are you excited to see? Micah? Where's Micah? What's he doing tonight?
I don't know.
He's working. He's your cousin, and he's working tonight, right? His brother. So they are here all the time. They said they come to all the events here, but I'm about to ambush somebody. Are you guys ready for some tractor pulling, truck and tractor pulling? Wait a second. I thought you were loud in Quarryville, Pennsylvania. Are you ready for some truck and tractor pulling? All right, that's what I want to see. I'm going to why there's a head by the end of the night, then my night was not successful. But I am going to ambush. You know I'm coming for you, right? This is my new friend, Annette Bars. Annette was the very first person in line when the gates opened at 4 o'clock. Annette, you're in the front row. You are not messing around, are you?
Nope, right at the finish line.
She knows where to go. These guys were the first ones in line, 4 o'clock. You said, what time did you park your RV?
9 o'clock.
These guys are ready. Some tractor pulling.
All right, absolutely, Christy. Got them fired up here tonight. Well, pulling fans, we want to welcome you to the Buck here as we are ready for the return of NTPA Grand National Pulling. Dan Mayer joined by Charles Poach once again. We got Andy Kaiser down here trackside with us. Charles, are you ready?
I'm absolutely ready for the heaviest motorsport on wheels. No practice, no qualifying, no elimination rounds, just one chance to try to get to the end of the track.
I tell you what, fans, are you ready? It is an absolute honor to welcome you to Buck Motorsports Park. Welcome those of you watching online. Welcome to the NTPA Grand Nationals. And I tell you, I know we have heard you. We talked about a little bit ago where you have been begging for this show to return. And we're finally able to make it happen thanks to you. And we want to thank you very much, our sponsorships, for the ability to be able to partner with the NTPA. Now, as far as the kids, if somebody paid for you to get in here, I want you to turn and thank them for being a part of this and paying the money. We're a family-owned business here, and it's been that way for 52 years. And the opportunity to come here and spend your hard-earned money is something we don't take lightly. So on behalf of the Buck, we want to thank you. And if we could give you an all big round of applause, we certainly would here, as you certainly deserve it. Now, we were looking at some old photos earlier of some great names that used to be a part of it. Right here in the center was the original track, and we think about all the men and women who laid down oil and diesel and alcohol and tears and sweat and the blood in the pits from all the knuckles broken from wrenching in between the classes trying to get ready out here. And this is really a heritage time in which we can honor the fact that here we are at the Buck and back with the NTPA for some of the greatest truck and tractor pulling known out there. So we couldn't have done it with all of those men and women a part of our history here on this beloved track. Many of them are gone at this time. Many of them are no longer here, but the spirit of pulling, the spirit of NTPA, that spirit in which you don't hold back at all. You run wide open throttle. You worked your tail off all week long to get here, whether it's in the stands or whether it's here on the track. It is an absolute honor to be in this great country of ours. For those soldiers, for those who are currently defending and have defended our country, we appreciate each and every one of them, no doubt about it. Now, at this time, I'm going to ask you to please stand up. Gentlemen, remove your caps. We're going to be having our national anthem. I'm going to ask Charlie to come over here, and he is the chaplain for RFC Ministries. We appreciate all that you do for the pullers and for your leadership here in the ways that we need to look upon. So please remove your caps at this time. Charlie will be leading us in an invocation, followed by our national anthem.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you for this evening, Lord. We could do without the rain, but you're in charge of everything, Lord. I thank you for this country that we live in, that we have freedoms, that we can do stuff like tractor pulling and worship you, Lord. I ask that you watch over us tonight, Lord. The track's going to be tricky. We might have some weather. I ask you to watch over the drivers and the crew chiefs and the spectators, Lord, and keep us all safe. Lord, I want to ask you for your healing powers. One of our fellow racers had a heart attack, suffered a heart attack this week while racing, and I ask that you guide him and his family as they're going through these hard times and trying to make decisions, Lord. I ask that you just watch over us and touch everybody out here, Lord, and that everyone just takes a second and thanks you for your blessings and gives you the honor, because you're the one that makes it all possible, Lord. And I give all the glory to you for everything that we do around Buck Motorsports Park, and we all love you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? At this time, we would like to take a moment to honor the greatest nation in the world. Tonight's national anthem is proudly presented by Getz's Candy Company, the makers of the iconic Cowtails caramel candies, made proudly in America for 6 generations. Founded in 1895, Getz's Candy Company has been crafting quality confections for over 130 years. What began as a small family business has grown into a beloved American brand known for its commitment to tradition, hard work, and producing candies that generations of families have enjoyed. With the great success of their iconic caramel cream bullseyes, Cowtails were introduced in 1984 and become a fan favorite across the country, just like the communities and traditions we celebrate here tonight. Getz's Candy Company represents the very spirit of America, built on family values, dedication, and pride in doing things the right way. That means manufacturing in the United States and sourcing all the materials domestically when possible. Their message to all of us here tonight is simple: love God, family, and country. Be proud of our American traditions, cherish the freedoms we enjoy, honor those that have sacrificed to protect them, and never lose sight of what makes this country great. And now, as we reflect on those freedoms and men and women who defend them, we invite you to direct your attention to the center of the track. Driving the Cowtails truck is Mitchell Getz, 5th-generation owner, and his niece, Emily Getz, one of 5 6th-generation family members working to carry on the tradition. They are carrying our nation's colors with the American flag proud flying high. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise, remove your hats, and join us in honoring the United States of America with the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does their star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the free and the home of the brave.
Well, pulling fans, we present to you the most powerful sport on dirt, NTPA Grand National Tractor and Truck Pulling. We're about ready to get it going here tonight. Are you fans ready to go here tonight? Let's hear you. Oh, come on, Buck fans. You guys can do a lot better than that. You guys ready to have a good time? There we go.
Once
All
again,
right,
a big
so we're gonna
thank you
get,
to
back to the
Stevenson
start
Equipment,
line here.
also JCB, Deer Country, and Skag for being a part of the show here tonight.
So we'll get back to the starting line area here, get ready to go here. And, well, Charles, it looks like Mother Nature doesn't want to play nice here.
Yeah, I was going to go over here and see if we can sneak a word in with our track crew and find out what they're thinking.
Guys, I always like asking the fans, how many of you drove more than an hour to get here? Wow. How many drove more than 2 hours to get here? 3 hours? Good grief. That's impressive. Very nice. I talked to somebody about 4.5 hours away from deep down Laura, Delaware. So very nice job. I want to thank you. How many of you are from Delaware? Delaware. Got a few of you? Okay, Delaware over here. Anybody from West Virginia? Yeah, West Virginia is always hoop and holler, don't they? How about Virginia? I got a couple there, one over there. Very nice. How about Maryland? Good crew from Maryland. Welcome to you. Where's all the Pennsylvanians at? No matter where you're from, well, thank you so much. It's an honor. We were amazed here at the Buck. Some of you haven't been here for a lot of you. How many people have not been to the Buck ever in their lifetime? What has taken you so long? Good grief. No, it's an honor. Thank you very much. Welcome to this. Is this your first time? A special welcome to you for spending your money and coming on out here tonight. Now, how many of you have not been here for 10 years? A few. Yeah, there's a few of you. 10 years. There's a lot that haven't been here since we did the remodel and so forth. The only thing original that actually remains from 10 years ago is these light poles. Everything else has been redone. Grandstand's completely redone. It's been a lot of work to get this place up there. Well, how are you?
How long have you been coming here?
I've been announcing for 21 years, and I started coming here, I guess I'm about to reveal my age. When I was 16 years old, a friend of mine from high school brought me to see NTPA shows, and I remember sitting right down there about the 100-foot mark.
Okay. And
just amazed of seeing the tractor. I remember Ed Smith and Red Alert, like, absolutely was enamored by this. I mean, you know, I don't know why. It just drew me. It just drew me.
Well, I'm a big sports fan, all sports. So I think that's what you go to big events and sporting events for. You go there because you want to be a part of something. You want to see something spectacular. You want to see a moment. And that's what's so exciting about tonight. We know that it's the first time in, nearly 20 years?
19, you got it.
2007, since NTPA has been here at the Buck. We might see one of those moments right here tonight.
You just never know. It's always amazing, you know, with so much history that is made on motorsports tracks like this. And, you know, just being in the stands and being a part of this for this long, to be able to witness a lot of it, as many of you have in the stands, as many of you watching. I know there's a lot of people that, there's some people that can't make it here tonight due to sickness or whatever, or I know somebody moved away and they're just honored to be here. So it's just wonderful to be able to connect with us and witness those moments.
Well, and talking to Zane earlier today with the track said all different states are represented here. I know a lot of folks, I've talked to a lot of folks here from Eastern Pennsylvania, Delaware, someone from California, I think. So it's coming from all around the country to see truck and tractor pulling.
It's special. I mean, the NTPA, I think it's Ohio is the closest it really gets, or maybe Western PA. So we haven't had really anything over here with NTPA for that many years from like New York and the whole east side. I mean, so there's a lot of us over here that have been waiting for this moment. I mean, just really, really waiting. Millions of people. So this is cool. This is a moment.
Well, and we know the track's changing as we speak. I know a lot of folks have their umbrellas up right now. This is just, I said to someone, they said, oh, what do you think about this weather? I said, I think that's just God crying tears of joy that National Truck and Tractor Pulling's back here at the Buck. That's what I think. It's not going to last long.
This is NTPA optimism right here. I tell you what, this is impressive. You can hang around this park all you want. I tell you, that's great.
Well, and talking to everyone, you know, the competitors are excited too. What I think is so crazy. I'll be honest. I had to learn. So I learned motorsports through the world of NASCAR and then had to learn a little bit of truck and tractor pulling. And I'm still amazed that you will travel all across, as a puller, as a competitor, all across the country, spend all sorts of money in fuel and tires and your machinery and your welding to get one hook at the buck, and just for the chance that something big might happen. I was talking to Billy Beers with the War Wagon. Who's a fan of Billy Beers? That guy's wild, right? Coming off a win at Toma, he is so excited to be here. And these guys are crazy. He and Wayne, his crew chief, they've been together for, I think, 37 years, tractor pulling.
That's amazing. So they're familiar. When you get an old track like this, to be able to come back here and reconnect and then, just really try to carry that momentum from Toma into here. Completely different air, completely different track. Now, can they bring that talent? Can they make sure their machine, the gear ratios, the air pressures are right for totally environment? It's going to be interesting to see them tonight, how they respond to these changes.
Well, and I know this is a chance right now for, as we wait to get the track conditions and the track ready, folks can go get some food at the Buck Snack Shack, right? And even the merch, where's Larry and Lisa? Larry and Lisa are going to get they're going to get a bite to eat right now. So this is a great chance to go check out the Snack Shack. The Buck merch, you have an entire merch building.
It used to be just a desk with 8 shirts on it, but now, like you said, we put up a big pole barn, and the whole thing is equipped in there for sweatshirt. I mean, more stuff from the ladies than we've ever had before, and it is just a new day for the new generation of pulling fans back there at merch.
Well, and you guys have a great mascot, Bucky Puller. Anybody gonna have wearing some Bucky Puller merch tonight? That's the trophy, by the way. The trophy for these guys.
Oh yeah.
It's like 36-inch Bucky Puller trophy to the winners of each division tonight.
The largest we've ever done, with Bucky for sure. I mean, so they're getting the big trophies, but so the Buck has always been a part of that. You always saw those antlers all the way back in 1974 when they started putting something on the front of programs. Always those antlers, and the people have asked, where did that ever come from? We don't know.
Really?
There is some rumor that down the bottom of the hill here, we're at one of the highest points in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, right here on the south end of the county. And the story is that they said, well, you used to drive down, there used to be a bar or tavern down there that had antlers outside of it. Okay. And you drive down 272 until you see the Buck. And then you turn because that's an intersection. And so that's the rumor. We don't know if that's factual or not, as to whether or not, how the town got its name. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, it's a motorsports park. What are we going to call it? Buck Motorsports Park.
It's perfect.
And then the slogan, see you at the Buck. I think it was a radio DJ that actually kind of started with that cadence and kept that going. So, because all across the country, I remember when you guys made the announcement, and it was like, I felt so honored that everybody said, see you at the Buck. Like, I was like, oh my goodness, they get it from out there. This is so cool.
Well, and what else is cool is what you see right there. There it is, right? That's the Bucky Puller Trophy that's going to go to the winners of the 4 divisions tonight and tomorrow night. And you said competitors are excited about this. I mean, they're excited about the money. You guys ponied up and put that extra money on the line tonight for the divisions and the furthest pulled. But they're excited about this trophy, too.
This is cool. I mean, we heard one competitor say one time from somebody, I think it was a demo derby driver, said, trophies are the most important thing because trophies are forever and money just appears quickly.
Oh, that's
so the trophy's a big deal.
That's a good point. That's a good point. So, what else is unique is the fact that we have fans on both sides of the track. We're going to have 2 sleds, right? 2 sleds, 4 divisions, fans on every side. So this action is going to happen. When it starts, it's going to happen really fast. Yeah,
this is, for an announcer and, for this crew, it's like there's not going to be much talking from our side outside of announcing distances because as soon as one's done, if the track guys can get everything closed in and get tight, we told them take their time. We want even competitive, get this thing packed down from the previous competitor. But as soon as you get that done, get out of the way because the fans here want to see pulling. And so this is the first time we've had an NTPA show, first time in history where we get to watch side by side and go pulling like this. It's going to be pretty impressive to be able to do this.
Is this okay if I put your mic with you? Yeah? All right, we're going to hear from Zane.
Yeah, so the NTPA brings a dirtologist along with them.
Dirtologist.
Jim Miller down there. And they're working with our track crew right now. It looks like the radar's showing about 10 minutes of this yet, so we're just going to wait it out. And unfortunately, we're going to have to bring the harrow out and open the track up, get some dry dirt to the top. We're going to be fine. The dirt takes, this better than anybody, Andy. This clay takes anything we throw at it. But we got to make sure the rain's out here first. So we're probably about a 30-minute until we get the first hook underway.
Wait, ever since the weather started, too, what have you been doing, Zane? I know you go into kind of alert mode and get everyone ready, check with the competitors, and obviously make sure the conditions are ready.
I'm just sitting here smiling that I'm not married anymore. That's it.
There's a lot I could do with this interview right now. He just gave me a wide opening there.
It's factual. It's fine. There's nothing we can do. The weather's going to clear out of here in 15 minutes. We have the NTPA Grand Nationals here, so there's nothing to be sad about. We're going to have a good time tonight and get this thing in.
Thank you very much. Zane checks his phone. A dirtologist. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Now, I want to show you here. I mean, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, this is clay. So watch. I'll probably fall. So this could be a viral video, but it is really slippery.
Oh, my. Oh, my. See, now.
Yeah. So there's just a skim. There's just a skim. But underneath here, the water has not gone down in.
Right.
So then when he talks about getting the disc hourer out or just houring up, it's just to break that up, turn that underneath, because that's going to be really
we have Marvin.
important.
Marvin's out here checking things out. Marvin Epperson.
He's the dirt.
Crew. What do you think, Marvin? No? I'm gonna. You know, if I have a microphone, I'm gonna put it in your face, Marvin. Here, you know that, right?
Yeah, you always make me talk.
All right. So, what do you think? You've seen a lot of truck and tractor pulling. You've seen a lot of crazy weather. This happens, and this isn't bad. Zane just said it's going to blow out of here in about 10 or 15 minutes.
Well, the sun's behind us over there, so it looks good here in a couple minutes. It is really slick now because to get a good pulling track ready, you got to put a lot of water in it. So a little bit of water on top makes it slick as glass, which is not good to pull on. So we are going to have to do a little maintenance here, tear it up a little bit, put it back down, see if it'll come back into shape, and then if it quits here, we're going to get rolling right away. So probably about 30 minutes or so.
So what is your job right now? I mean, until we get going, obviously your job really happens throughout the day. Tech, walking with all the competitors. How was your day in tech? How many coffees have you had today, Marvin?
I've had 6 coffees.
6 coffees.
Yeah. Right now my heart beats pretty high. Pretty stressful right now.
Is six the normal? Is 6 the normal for a midday at a truck and tractor pull?
Yeah, pretty much. It was 526 miles from my house down here, and it took 6 extra large coffees to get here. I get about 2 extra large coffees every 150 miles, something like that.
Can anyone top Marvin? Has anyone had in the stands more than 6 coffees today? No? Oh, up there. I see it. Okay, so we're going to see him heading to the bathroom here in about 30 seconds. That's okay. Oh, Marvin's checking out the track. We've got some debris on the track. Look at nothing gets by you. If you had 5 coffees, you wouldn't have seen that. That 6th coffee is the reason. All right, so what will you do now as we get ready? You've been here all week.
So I'm going to have to wait a little bit. I got the first 2 ready down here. The sleds are ready, but till we get the track in good shape, I'm going to wait on my track man, Jim Miller. He's here, one of the best track maintainers, builders. He'll get it in shape for me the best he can, give me the okay, and then I'll be ready to roll at that time. And then we'll start shoving them through one right after another as quick as we can.
All right. Thank you, Marvin. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
The only thing that he has more of, Andy. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want? Look at I dominated the whole thing there.
No.
The only thing he had more than coffee was pens. He had like 17 pens in his pocket.
I guess I got a question regarding the NTPA and the crew. You guys showed up starting the beginning of this week, and tell me about the team behind it. We talked to him. Where are you all from? I mean, not everybody lives in one town. Like, how expansive is this crew behind the scenes in preparing for this weekend?
Well, you're probably asking the wrong person because I'm a little bit of I kind of just pop in every now and then. And the fact that it's in Pennsylvania, I said I'm not going to let an NTPA event come to Pennsylvania and not be a part of it. My husband is the executive producer of Full Pull Live, so I just dabble when I can drive, and we have our daughter here working as well. But the real brains and operations behind everything with PK's crew is Kenzie and Allie in the truck. I know you have Seth and some of your guys running camera tonight too. So tell me about them, right?
Yeah. So Cohen and Hudson, they run the camera. They always run camera for us. But I guess what I'm amazed behind the scenes here that is quite a shock for me, and having announced within NTPA 19 years ago how much it's like advanced in its media presence and so forth. There's a whole production trailer. The screen that you're looking at up there, we usually control that up at the tower there, but it's actually controlled in a trailer behind there that NTPA has, which has much more horsepower as far as the ability to interface things, and everything's now controlled by professionals behind the scenes. It's usually just Tim and I doing, and the camera guys down here, just doing this. And so it's for you guys to come in and already know what you're doing. We're just kind of amazed, like, wow, we have a whole lot less to do this time. These guys know what they're doing.
Well, and the weather doesn't really throw us. As you can, these guys have seen everything. I mean, from, 5 sessions at Toma and Bowling Green. You just never know what you're going to get when you have afternoon and evening sessions. So we're really excited to get this going. We do to have 2 sleds, fans on every side of the track. Like I said, the jump, your board is incredible. Bucky Polar up there looking over things. So it's really wonderful. I'd be remiss if I didn't say, so Allie in the truck, she's come back too because she was excited that it was in Pennsylvania. She's a longtime member of the team, and we grabbed her and got her back just for this event. So we're really excited.
Now, just so you fans know, the NTPA, National Tractor Pulling Association, it's actually been involved here at the Buck. I found some old programs from 1975, 76. It actually goes back to the very beginning. So this partnership that you're getting to see reunited here has a long-standing history all the way back at the beginning of this being a tractor pull. We have no other affiliations that are as long as the NTPA relationship back to day one. And, we mentioned earlier, really like what Charles was saying about, we have some of our local guys that don't run the NTPA circuit that are coming in here tonight. That has been kind of a East-Midwest rivalry I was talking to Mike Huff, who used to own this and used to pull here himself, and to, go through some of that history of the local guys coming in here to try to beat some of the national running guys. And, man, when they do that, that's like big flags flying. I mean, these guys are real happy to be able to run and occasionally pull out a win.
And if it happens, I expect everyone in the stands to go crazy too, because those are your people, right? That's the ones you come out every night to watch. I see you waving up there. Are you having fun? I see you.
Yeah, it's going to be. So we're going to see some of that tonight, and I'm really excited. And behind the scenes, I'm not going to say it when we get into showtime that I'm rooting for some of them, but it's going to be rooting for some of my. It's going to be rooting for some of my local guys,
So we have the two truck classes and the 2 tractor classes. What do you like about each one, or what are you excited to see?
When I mentioned I came here at 16 years old, I really loved seeing the national pullers with the tractors and the multi-engine modifieds, the unlimiteds. That's probably the class that I really knew as a teenager sitting in these stands here and really enjoyed that. I mean, at the same time, it's like just a new appreciation as I've been here, the 4-wheel drives and the 2-wheel drives, how little differences we're having to measure by laser. The industry had to, because their competition was so close, fraction of inches. And so I really like the smoker tractors for just the big look that they give with the smoke, but the 4-wheel drives, when it comes time to competition, and they're looking for that angle of inches left or right on the track and how they bring it out, the air pressure, all of these differences make the difference in the end, and sometimes that difference is just microscopic.
Yeah.
So 2 different parts of my competitive brain like the aspect of an NTPA Grand National show here tonight.
How many of you were in the pits today? Did anyone go down into the pits and check things out?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? I will say, I saw a huge crowd lined up outside the gate. 4 o'clock when the gates opened, everyone kind of came in. But then everyone went straight to the pit sign-in. I don't know if I've ever seen so many people sign in to get into the pits right as they walk in the door.
Yeah, it's really something. The fans and the relationship to the pullers that is part of this. Where the pullers are just friendly people. They want to share what they've done. They didn't shine all that chrome and shine and specialized paint for it to just be looked at from 50 feet away.
Yeah.
They love it when it comes up close. So to really see that bond take place, that's why people come in. If you have to stop at the bathroom quick, but they're going right back there. I mean, very quick. So I saw that too from up at the tower. Like, oh man, they're just making a left and going back to the pits.
I said, well, the line's getting shorter to get in, but then it's getting longer to go into the pits. So that was really neat. And everyone's so friendly. I will say with truck and tractor pulling, they're competitors, but if someone breaks or has trouble, your competitor's the first one to jump in and offer you the tools and the tow. It really is such a family, and I think that's what makes it. Why are guys, traveling in giant haulers from, like you said, Wisconsin to Pennsylvania to Missouri? It's because they just love it, and it's a family.
It really is. I was in here Wednesday night preparing the tower for some things, and I was amazed of how many trailers were already here, and the guys are outside, and families were hanging out. It just kind of felt like a specialized campground in that aspect. When you get a good campground. But these guys it's like they're going camping together, but they're going pulling together.
Right.
And you have that chemistry together. Out here on the track, oh, yeah. The chance to rag somebody to the next town and get on them a little bit about beating them by a few inches, that'll live for a short period of time until the next event.
Well, like Zane said, we're just going to kind of wait out this weather a little bit, and I think it's lightening up. Marvin was talking about the sunlight that's over there. We see it there over the grandstand. So like you said, it's slippery and slick on top, but we've got that loose dirt underneath that we're going to churn up and get this thing ready. Yeah,
we'll see that this hour. In fact, it's already hooked up to the tractor down there. They'll be bringing it down here and starting to work this up. And probably just make 1 or 2 passes, come back with the roller, and then get that tightened back up. And you'll be amazed at how fast this is restored. This is an easy job for them. the track crew knows what they're doing, and I'm so glad we have. I mean, I look at this and we see this as a mess. They look at this as a light snack to just eat up and be done with.
Yeah, light snack. I like that. That's a good time to go to the Snack Shack again, too, and get your merch. And thank you to all the sponsors who make this possible. We've met so many nice folks that are just excited to be here, to be a part of it, to sponsor it, and that's really exciting. And as I looked at the microphones, it reminded me, I forgot you mentioned our crew. Jason Bittinger is a longtime crew member, travels the country, and is responsible for all the great sound and audio tonight. So.
Oh, that's cool. Usually I handle that, so this is so nice to just turn it over to professionals. I was a country radio DJ for a lot of years, but as far as being able to do what they do, that doesn't even hold a candle to what they pull off here. So.
Well, we really appreciate everyone kind of just waiting it out. I know that you're probably getting tired of our voices, but we're going to hear the sweet sounds of the trucks and tractors here pretty soon. So as soon as we can get the track ready, we'll be. Thank you guys. See, that's my new friend, old friend, new friend. We were just talking a little bit. He said he knew me from the NASCAR days.
Nice, very nice. The merchandise stand is located at the red building right over there. Feel free to peruse in there some of your NTPA merchandise. We have some special shirts here tonight, and if we have a picture of that, we'll get that put on the screen. So there's a special NTPA shirt that we're going to put up there. So hopefully they have that on the screen, and we'll show that too. So look for that. That's limited. So I would say get there early for those shirts. Those special NTPA Grand National shirts. So. That's going to be really nice. So also don't forget you've got Skag back here with their special edition mowers. We really appreciate them. I know Ebling's representative, Ebling's with locations in Lebanon as well as Meltville are great guys. So they're hanging out back there. Of course, Stevenson Equipment, JCB. Love their equipment, Stevenson. Great guys. Thank you so much, and fantastic to be partners with you. And Deer Country Farm and Lawn. So we'll put a picture of that NTPA Grand National shirt up there. There it is. And so that's available in the merchandise stand. I'm telling you, I think we did not order enough of these. Hopefully we have enough for the Saturday night crowd as well. So I would say, look, you guys are lucky. We've got enough for what you may request tonight. But I would go ahead and go back there and check those out. Sizes, we've got a nice wide range of sizes there for you to enjoy, but that's available in that big red building right where you walked in the gate tonight.
Yeah, is anyone wearing it right now in the stands? If you have it on, stand up, show us. All right, someone said yep. And what's cool, like we said, so this is an event-specific shirt, right, for this event. So we said that when you go to an event, you don't know what kind of moment's going to happen. Someone or something could make history tonight. And then everyone's going to run and want that shirt because that shows that you were there the night it happened. So go ahead and get it now, and then you don't have to worry about standing in line.
I think we just showed you gray. So if that's not your favorite color, don't worry. There's other colors on those as well. So we do have a lot of different colors associated with that because it seems like we just had mostly gray and black and white for a while, but people started requesting that. Once again, social media telling us how to do it. Hey, we'll listen. We'll make it.
Well, I will tell you, for Full Pull Live, going and streaming these events for you at all the different truck and tractor pulls, social media is huge. That's where we find that we as soon as the pits open, we tend to post pictures. We say, look who's coming in, and that's how people get to follow it throughout the country.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. I know NTPA, make sure you like, and so you're going to see some posts if you go back in your Facebook history from both organizations teamed up together. Make sure you give them a like. If you're listening online or part of Full Pull Live, forpull.live, make sure Buck Motorsports Park, you kind of keep up with what's going here. So as things, and then, hopefully we can do this again next year. So,
that'd be awesome.
But yeah, we'll be posting updates of tonight's show on social media as well. So big social media team here with NTPA and the Buck. We're both into it a whole lot. And so it's a great way to just kind of stay plugged in.
You didn't know when they said, hey, come out and talk with us, that you were going to be talking this much, did you?
No, I was expecting help get the show started, and then that's going to be it. So you probably won't hear my voice, hopefully, the rest of the night a whole lot.
I'm going to head and say, does anyone want to talk to me in the stands? I don't know if you want to head to the stands, Andy, or if you want to hang here. Let's go see if we can find some people.
I'd like to go back over here where I started at, right around 16 years of age. I don't know if I don't know if our microphone, so we're going to have to.
I don't know. Yeah, we're going to find out. We're going to see if we can go talk to some folks. But that's right, Andy. You said your first event, first NTPA
sat
event
down
was
there
back
around the 140 mark.
I'm not going to slide like Andy did. I'm going to. All right, so we're going to.
Yeah, do we have the seat pads at the merchandise stand? Yeah, so.
Oh, we do?
If you, hold on, let's see if we can.
So we're showing you some of the merch.
Yeah, there it is, yes. Look at that. So look, there's benches there.
Come in handy.
I'll tell you what, for the little 1-inch padding that is like a memory foam. that will make the evening even more pleasurable.
That will be good.
We asked when we did the grandstands if we could lay that on the whole grandstands, but the insurance company wouldn't let us, or I don't know. So we do have those available for purchase at the tent right next to the JCB. But there you get a nice shot of the Midway out there, and Stevenson Equipment there off to the left. And, yeah, there you go. So walking in the Midway there off to the left is JCB. And this is, when we redesigned this park, this was a big part of the design so that fans before or after a show during a rain delay have a place to hang out, to congregate. Yeah, there's Stevenson Equipment. Yep. I just met him a little bit ago. He's in sales and a wonderful, wonderful guy to hang out with. I think his name is Paul. But, yeah, those skid steers, by the way, JCB, anybody know where they make the skid steers at? Georgia. Yeah, they're U.S. skid steers. They're made right in Savannah, Georgia. And then here's the military. You see the one on the left there, the Skag there. And then there should be a pink Skag, right? Oh, there was, the bright pink. That is the breast cancer survivor one. And that is a good-looking one there. So I've never seen a Skag in different colors. It still has the very reputable, and everybody knows that Velocity deck being the one that just lifts the grass up. It's got the Marbane blades that are extremely hard and durable. So if you have, if you have tough conditions. Now, what I want to show you is the seat. Right, let's see if we can pan up to the seat. This is where sitting on this thing, that is a Grammar style seat. Okay, that's the stand behind one. But on the other ones, they got the suspension in there. Absolutely fantastic for comfort. You see, that gentleman's about ready to take a nap right there. I can see it. He's about ready to give it up. But just top-notch Skag mowers. They're courtesy of Skag. Thank you. They partnered with us this year, and we want to welcome them for being a part of the Buck. But there you go. Good Kawasaki motor. But that's the Skag Patriot. Ever see a blue Skag? Nope. The Cheetah right there. But look at this. I mean, this is just a new line. And that's adjustable for your weight. That knob right there in the beginning. So whether you're not a 150-pounder or if you're a lot more than like myself, you can adjust that to tension that up. But then as we look down the Midway a little further, we have, there's the little walk-behind skid steers. So very, very handy. And then these picnic tables, we started putting these together and set these out. This is something the Buck really only had a few of, but really wanted to make this a place for families to hang out and be together. And the new food stand is all the way down there at the end with 9 windows, and we had that professionally done there. And there's the cowtails. I tell you, I haven't eaten those for a long time. Love them. That was so good to see cowtails. That brings back some fine memories with the caramel and that nice buttery icing inside. Really, really nice job. There's cowtails. They're free samples. You know, free is my favorite 4-letter F word, by the way. Yeah, good. What are they? Okay, Krista, what's your favorite flavor there?
Well, it's hard to pick. I kind of like the original. The apple is pretty good.
Yep.
I didn't even know they made that many flavors until I started coming to these full pull events in the NTPA. And then I said, I didn't even know there was a cinnamon. And I hear there might be a pumpkin spice coming out for the fall. So look for that. Okay, I see some takers here in the stands. I've moved over to the stands. So right now, people are either really excited to see me or they're not making eye contact. And that's okay. I understand both. But I saw someone up here who looks like they're ready for some truck and tractor pulling. Yeah? Hi, guys. Can I sit with you? Yeah? Okay, well, actually, I'm not going to sit because it's a little bit wet. Okay, what's your names and how old are you?
I'm 8.
You're 8? What's your name?
James.
Okay.
I'm 8, and my name is John. My name is Dewey. I'm 6.
Well, are you guys excited? So who likes the tractors? Raise your hand. You like the tractors. What about the trucks? Both. Okay. You guys are all across the board. Oh, that's okay. You're so sweet. Oh, my goodness. You did not have to do that. No, I'm going to say, listen, come here. Let me wipe you. I'm going to wipe your seat. Where are you sitting? We got a blanket. You're sitting. Come here. I'm going to wipe. This is what I'm going to do now for the next, until we go. I'm just going to wipe seats for everybody. So if you guys have paper towels or blankets, I'm going to take care of the fans. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Where are you guys from?
D.C. The one place they didn't say was D.C., and that's where we came from.
That's awesome. Not too far, right? How far is the drive?
2 hours or so. Yeah.
Not bad.
First time at a track.
Okay. So what do you think so far? I'm sorry about the weather. It's going to get better. But what do you think so far?
They sound really amazing in the pit.
So tell me a little bit about your shirt. So are you a Busch Light fan?
Never seen it, but I'm psyched up. I got a shirt before I even showed up in case they didn't have shirts.
All right, if anyone has a Busch Light, we need to get her one. She's from D.C., first time at the Truck and Tractor Pull. So who are you a fan of then? You've been here before, I take it? Have you come to the Buck before?
I've been coming to the Buck for 30 years, back when Oz was hosting and used to always say, stay behind the blue barrels. So I've been here for Monsters, Demolition Derby, the whole nine, and anything with an unlimited engine in it is definitely what I'll be pulling for. Yeah.
So I saw too, I think in 2 weeks, the event is called Fun in the Mud. I think they've got a mud bog maybe coming up.
Oh, yeah. I really want Zane to run Stinger in the mud bog. That's what I really want to see happen.
Let's see if we can make that happen. I'm going to get that message to him. So how about you, look at, so this is where I got some behind you, not making eye contact. They're doing this because that's okay, though. Where are you guys from? Where are you from?
Oh, about an hour north of Harrisburg.
Okay. Not too far at all.
Nope. I'm retired. I got out of this game in '87.
Were you a Truck and Tractor Puller?
Mini, yeah.
Well, then you know what you're doing up here. So what do you think about, I want to get some dirt conditions, some track conditions from you then. When you saw this weather come in, what did you think and what are we going to see tonight?
Well, looking at the radar, it wasn't good. But, yeah, if it's passed now, they'll do a good job. It'll be all right.
Awesome. Well, we're glad you're here. Thank you so much. Look at this. No eye contact from Kyle Larson fan over here. He's like, don't you do it. Don't do it. Andy, where are you? Is Andy still around here?
Yeah, I'm hanging around the 160, 170, and I was like, man, there's a face sitting in the first row that I know has come here for a long time, as long as I have, and I was like, okay, so tell everybody your name, where you're from. So I'm, 150 and just about 10 feet to the left of speaker number 3.
Dustin from Holtwood. Been coming here for a long time, since I was in a stroller.
How old are you now? Are you going to share that?
I'm 35.
So, I mean, you're here for about every single tractor pull since, I think you were a little one. Is that right?
I don't miss them.
Don't miss them. So, did your dad bring you at that time, and this has been like a multi-generation thing that's going on?
Mom and Dad started bringing me here, when I was in a stroller, and ever since they did that, I've been hooked.
Tell me about your
So it's tractor pulling's in the blood. When there's one, it's getting to the point now we're traveling 2 hours away to these pools.
Oh, this is full passion. So you were a kid. We're a kid. I know what you built with your Legos, didn't you?
Yeah.
He would build Lego tractor pullers. So that's a neat part about that. All right, favorite class here. I have a feeling I already know, but favorite class that you really enjoy coming to see here.
I like all of them, but if I had to pick for tonight, it's going to be the unlimited modifieds. It's been a long time since I've seen a big modified run. I'm excited.
Yeah, we've seen plenty of the 3-engine ones, but to see the 5s and so forth up here, it just brings out a whole new feeling, doesn't it, brother?
It does. And they were saying about running for the pits. I was here right at 4 o'clock, and I was the same way. Came through the gate and ran right through for the pits to start looking around.
He was one of them. Well, Dustin, thank you very much. And once again, 35 years of nonstop attending Buck and loving the tractor pulls. Absolute honor to have you, and to know that this is a tradition for your family to be here, multi-generation. That's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I see a lot of fans waving, having a good time. So out the concessions, the snack shack and the concession, the food stand, I think, let's see what we have out there. Has anyone had the milkshake? The milkshakes are great. And this is a chance to go out there. I'm actually, I don't even know what I would choose. What would you choose, Dan?
Hey, Krista?
Yeah.
I'm going to say right behind us here down at the announcer's stand, right behind us we've got sausage and peppers and cheesesteaks. And let me tell you, that smell coming off of there is pretty amazing. So there's a great option right there.
What makes Sean's famous, what is it, Sean's famous sweet tea? What makes it famous? I want to see.
What did you get?
I got his.
Okay.
There you go.
Then we have nobody right now.
So
what makes Sean's famous tea famous? It's delicious and fascinating flavors of their lemonades and their delicious tea. She said they're delicious. You get it?
As you guys keep working the concessions and everything out there, we're going to find out. That's an investigation.
There's a beer.
Find out what makes sure it's special. And how much is the beer? How much is it? They have IPAs? Does it, oh, my goodness. Well, I know how I'm going to spend this downtime. I actually am hanging out with some pretty cool fans in the stands. I'm at right around the 200 mark, all the way up at the top. And I know a lot of people are trying to find what truck or what tractor they're going to root for. But I know that there's a group here all the way at the top of the grandstands at the 200 mark, and they know which tractor they're rooting for. The very first class that goes out, they're rooting for Lance, because Lance is the High Hopes tractor, and there's a whole group of them up here wearing High Hopes T-shirts, so they're hard to miss. And I said, hey, I saw you guys in the pits earlier today, and then what did you say to me? You said, wait, one of you said, well, yeah, I was in the pits because... Wait, no, who's this one? Is on the track. This is so. When you see High Hopes go down the track, who are you? And
My name's Luke.
You're on that tractor?
Yes.
So when all these fans are cheering for Lance, they're really going to be cheering for you, right?
If that's how you put it, yeah.
So you're 10 years old, and you're about to go screaming down the track at Buck Motorsports Park because you're on that tractor. And you know what? That tractor has a really good shot tonight, too.
I guess so, and I just want them to do a good job tonight.
What do you like to do? What else do you like to do?
Play baseball.
What position do you play?
I play first base and pitcher. And I also like to do garden tractor pulling.
Awesome. All right, tell everyone your name again. What's your name?
Luke.
Luke. Okay, everybody's going to cheer for Luke tonight, right? When they see Lance go down the track, we're cheering for Luke, too. Thank you, Luke. Thank you, guys. We're so glad you're here. They're from upstate New York, right? Upstate New York, drove about 4 hours to be down here and watch Luke go screaming down the track. All right, Andy, who
All right, I am here in the VIP section, and I saw this shiny bald head over here. And this guy right here, we saw an iron, the old iron, there's a whole lot of bald head here, but including my own, but if you saw a picture of a four-wheel drive truck called the Iron Butterfly, this is the owner of it, but his wife truly owns it. You own it when it's broke, if I remember that. She owns it when it's run. Mr. Mike Ziegler, welcome to the Buck, brother.
Well, thank you very much. It's good to see you again, Andy.
You have been, when's the first year? Were you here the first, I want to say the first couple years that the Buck even exists?
The first year they had four-wheel drives, we pulled at the Buck. And we pulled there ever since.
You guys are just nonstop. The Iron Butterfly Chevrolet, and it's gone through various iterations, but one of the most reliable trucks out here to just keep on running. But tell me about some of your best memories here at the Buck.
Well, we won the Buck Pull-Off one time here, which was great. At that time, if you won the Buck Pull-Off, you had free entry for the next year in whatever class you wanted in. That was nice. That was nice. We always had a lot of competition here, good competition. Guys from New York would come up, Virginia, like you said, Virginia, Winchester, Virginia. Yes, nice, best place to pull.
Well, I know you and your wife, Linda, many times have been in the winner's circle. I don't know how many Buck trophies you have at your home over there, but it's got to be quite a number of them because you've really pulled at this Buck for 50, probably 49 or 50 out of the 52 years.
Yes, at least that long. The first time we ever hooked was in 1974 at Rough and Tumble down in Kinzer. And we just sold the truck this past year.
Oh, is it officially sold now?
I sold everything. I sold the truck, I sold the hauler, and I sold the little tracker that I had with one man bought everything.
Doesn't this make you want to jump back in? And did you still keep your wife?
I'll tell you something unbelievable now. We've been wanting to go out, take a tour out west. And you can't do that during pulling season and still pull. So after pulling season, you're running in the snow out there. So 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, we went out to we ended up in Yellowstone Park. We toured the top of the United States, came back down, and we lived to tell about it. I was in the pickup truck for almost 2 weeks with my wife.
Whoa.
I deserve a medal of some kind, I'm sure.
I'm going to give you a buck trophy, I think. We're going to give you, and definitely
I need a Bucky.
Well, I mean, Mike was the mechanic, Linda was the driver, and I mean, it was, there's always a battle between the two, but I tell you what, your wife and yourself have been a long heritage of it, but ladies and gentlemen, let's give Mike and Linda Ziegler a round of applause. The Iron Butterfly has been sold. Living retirement.
Thank you, and good to see you again.
Good to see you as well, Mike. Take care.
Well, I'm not actually that far away from you, Andy. I'm just a few sections over towards the finish line, and I've got a group. So I'm gonna walk my steps here for you. So I'm walking through the stands, and what happens is, everyone's not making eye contact, right? Like I get this, don't look at me, and then I get the kids, and the kids are like, right here, baby, this, me, and this one right here, Evan, my new buddy, Evan, is 10 years old, right? And he said, I want to talk, and I said, Evan, where are you from? And what did you say, Evan? Florida. Well, they might have won the long distance award, and so. And this is Brielle, right? And she's from Florida. And then I said, okay, well, they're visiting family, right? Visiting family. So I said, well, this must be the family. And then I came over here and I said, where are you guys from?
We're from Florida, too.
Florida? They're all from Florida. They came all the way from Florida to watch truck and tractor pulling. And then here's the family they're visiting, right? And you guys are from nearby. But you said, they've been here before, right?
Yeah, we've been back here since in the 80s, back in the mid to late 80s. Watch the tractors, yeah. But we're from southern Chester County, down towards Kennett Square area.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so how long has family been in? And is it time for them to go back to Florida, or are you still enjoying it? No.
Yes. They've been here since the 4th of July.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. That's so great. So what have you guys been doing?
Everything. We've been doing a lot of stuff. We did a tour of Lancaster County yesterday, or the day before yesterday. Went all the way up to the Turkey Hill experience and did a couple other events up that way. So it was a good time together.
That's so awesome. And I think Evan is having the best time down there. Evan doesn't even realize, trucks and tractors haven't even gone yet. Your mind is about to be blown because when they go, I know Brielle's got the earplugs on. We've got some friends coming over. Yep, get yourselves on TV. This is the chance. And before we go, I know that our friends from Florida here, we're celebrating something, aren't we? Somebody up here has a birthday. I don't know. I mean, we're not doing anything else. Should everybody just sing happy birthday? He's third. Wait, go ahead. Can you stand up? He is a proud Navy veteran. Go ahead and stand up, sir. Thank you for your service. And he is celebrating his birthday in the stands. Do you see him? He's 30. I said, you're 34 years old. And he said, nope, 35. All right. So is everyone, who's going to help us sing happy birthday? Evan, we're going to lead it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Papa. Happy birthday to you.
All right, I have got a guy with me that I've known to come to the Buck for a long time. And, down here about the 125-foot mark. And, Smokey, I tell you, I know you have helped out with the four-wheel drive pullers, but most importantly, I want to know which branch of the military you served in, because you're one of the most patriotic guys that served your country. And I know you probably don't want me to even talk about this because you didn't do it for the honor. You did it for the dedication to this country.
Yeah, roger that. I was in the United States Navy and worked on aircraft for 25 years.
So I tell you, you've been stationed at various places. So what's the first year you started coming to the Buck? So we opened in 1974, and you weren't long behind that, if I remember your story right.
No, I was stationed in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, and my wife and I came back to the States to see her folks over in Reinholds. So we were here in 1978, and I got hooked. And I've been coming to the Bunk ever since. Actually, I got paid to come here and do some remote broadcasting with Jerry Murphy for many years, and a guy named Ty Andrews, too.
Yeah. Back when we worked together at WIOV. Yes, that's for sure. But I know you've just been coming here for a lot of years. You're a real professional. You served your country. And introduce yourself by telling everybody your name and what town you're from.
Okay, my name is Smokey Ellefson, and my wife and I live in Reinholds, outside of Reinholds, Pennsylvania. And as I said, I did 25 years in the U.S. Navy, and I had the pleasure of serving my country, and they tolerated me for that long.
Yeah, fantastic. And how long has your wife been putting up with you?
57 years.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Smokey and his wife a round of applause. 57 years, 25 years serving our nation. True American hero, brother. Thank you.
All right, well, we just heard from Krista Kelly and talking about the MySick team. There they are, coming out of the state of New York. They'll be one of our super stock competitors. Yeah, fans get the opportunity to head on over in the pit area after the show, maybe get an autograph from your favorite puller. Of course, T-shirts available over there in the pit area as well. You got a question about a particular puller? Ask them. They'll be more than happy to help tell you.
Yeah, MySick would be a good one to actually talk to, the High Hopes tracker, because it spent some time last summer over in Europe, so he has a story to tell. He is also the guy in the Superstock Open class that, by his own admission, he brought a knife to a gunfight, but that by being the engine combo that he has, it opens up a lot of opportunities in his home state of New York.
Yeah, absolutely. Going to be a great class of competition. We do have a dozen of them here tonight. A great field of the Superstock Open tractor. We got a couple diesels that we're going to mix into the class as well. And, of course, Superstock Open class, you can run the alcohol, you can run the diesel. No matter, come out and run.
Anything is legal. And, Andy, I think you got somebody.
Yeah, I'm down here with Kion, and I was like, oh, my goodness, a first-timer here. Let's say, wave to everybody, Kion. There he is. Kion with his family over here. Kion, first time at the Buck. And where are you from?
I'm from Philadelphia.
So how did you hear about this? I mean, this is really cool.
So I was at my program, and I got a text from my aunt saying that she was taking me here, and I didn't know what it was. Before I got here, I looked it up on TikTok, and I said, oh, this is cool.
So this is the power of social media, ladies and gentlemen. We got a young guy from Philadelphia area and saw this on TikTok, and you said, I got to go.
Yes, sir.
All right, who'd you bring with you here tonight? I mean, I see they already found the food stand. The chicken strips are getting eaten up. This is wonderful.
So this is his friend, Jael. This is my cousin, Henry, and that's my beautiful Aunt Jennifer.
And Jennifer drove you all up here?
Yes, sir.
Kai, I want to thank you very much for bringing the family. I hope you all have a wonderful time tonight. First-timers, getting to see first time at the Buck, first time NTPA Grand Nationals. I want to welcome you and your family. Congratulations and a welcome. Have a nice time tonight, guys. Thank you. Well, you can see there's some good work getting done out there. It's nice to see the rollers come back up. And, you know, now that we started to see the rollers out, for me as an announcer, that's always like what you really want to see. That means they're looking at the radar. They see that we're clear. And it's time to get this track packed up. So looks like the left side is ready to go. But, yeah, it's very nice to see that done. So I'd say we're down to about 10 minutes. I might be, you know, getting a lot closer there. But you can see on the Bucktron up there, pullers are getting antsy. Boy, they're starting to roll back and forth, and these guys are getting ready to go.
And, Charles, that's one of the worst times, really. I mean, you're ready to go as a competitor, and then Mother Nature comes in and kind of wipes that slate clean. Then you got to go back into focus mode. And, yeah, it's real tough for these competitors to kind of, you know, chill out, cool back down, and then get your game face back on.
It's one of the worst things to do, and now they're going to come out on the track and start poking at it again to see how much it has changed, if any at all. And really, again, you pile on top of that the years that have passed since many of these competitors have seen this facility. Many have not seen it ever. And you start second guessing. That internal conversation starts. Do I take a half-pound air pressure out? Do I maybe change a gear? What do I do differently? And you can psych yourself out. Sometimes the original plan is the best one.
Yeah, and of course, like you said, they had a game plan on that long drive out here, and now that is all gone out the window. They're going to try something a little bit different there, but Yeah, going to be interesting to see how this will all work out. Of course, fans, as we say, making a lot of progress on our track out there, as you can see, and not going to be long.
No, as we walk, the camera's walking through the staging lanes area there. I don't see spanners out. I don't see weights moving around. I don't see tire gauges yet.
I'll keep an eye out for some T-shirts getting launched out here soon. So Stevenson Equipment is giving us a bunch of T-shirts to launch in the stands, and we'll be getting those flying in the air here just shortly. Once again, a big thank you to Stevenson Equipment, ACB. Thank you. T-shirts launching soon. Let's see if you can catch them. Here they come. All right, you got to make some noise. He's a little hard of hearing out there. You want him to launch him up your way, he can really reach out. Don't worry, fans on the other side. He'll come over to you. He'll get it.
And for those folks that are just joining us on Facebook as well as YouTube, we are under a weather delay. Track crew is out there working right now. Hope to get things underway here within the half hour as they are diligently working. We had a little bit of a storm come through a little earlier, right about start time, the scheduled start time here tonight. And I kind of put us behind a little bit, but working at it. The sky's clearing back up here, so we should be good to go. As we'll send it back down to the pits here, checking out some of the vehicles that are on hand here today. As it looks like Krista's got somebody down trackside. Hey, if you want a T-shirt, you got to make some noise. We want to hear you.
Okay, so I'm up in the crowd. I thought we might have a wave going on, but looks like we're maybe throwing some merch. So great job, young man, down there. They're getting the track ready. See some of the competitors out, checking things out. So we got a couple things going on up here in the stands. We have my man Timothy is 4 years old. Timothy, I just learned that you recreate the buck at home with your monster trucks. Tell me what you do. Walk me through that. You take your trucks?
I take my trucks and play buck, and I play demolition derby.
Demolition derby at home every night. I love it. Timothy is the man. We're starting him young, and then we're going to go a little bit older. So Timothy's 4. Look, you know I'm coming for you. Trent, come on over here. This is my new best friend, Trent. Trent is 11 today, and his birthday wish was to get a shout-out and put himself on the Jumbotron. Happy birthday, Trent. You did it, man. Show me that hat. You think Trent is cool. Wait till you see this. Yeah, buddy. That's the birthday boy. You have fun tonight, okay? All right. He's going to have fun. Okay, so we had a 4-year-old. We had an 11-year-old. I'm going to come down here to just someone maybe just slightly older, just slightly more seasoned and experienced. I'm going to come down here with Gary. My man Gary was here in 1974. Gary, you said, tell me, when was the first time you were here?
It was on a Friday night when they first built this place. And I seen the Band Brothers, all of them, down here.
So you were here when the buck started 52 years ago?
52 years ago.
And you remember it was a Friday night?
Yes, it was. And it's Saturday night sometimes.
And do you come here? How often do you come to the buck? Tell me a little bit about what you like to come out to.
I like to see these guys, the regular tractor pulls, and monster trucks. I love them things.
So you can hang out with my man Timothy up there. Timothy's creating those monster trucks in his living room. So we're glad you're here. What are you excited to see tonight, Gary?
I want to see the big boys come out and hope the best to win. This guy sitting beside me is my boy.
Yeah?
Yeah. and that's my niece.
She's hiding from us, but I know she's there.
She's from Florida. She's from Florida too.
That's so awesome. It's so wonderful that you're here, and this kind of shows you. I don't know who's ready next, if Andy or Dan are hanging out right now. But it's so much fun to know that we were just talking with a 4-year-old, an 11-year-old, and Gary, I'm just going to, and someone slightly older. You don't have to give me your age, but we know you were here 52 years ago.
I'm 76 years old.
76 years old, and and having just as much fun as you did 52 years ago.
Very nice.
That's awesome, and that's what it's all about, coming out and having fun on a Friday night. You're going to be here on a Friday night and a Saturday night again, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I just enjoy it. I only live 2 miles down the road from it.
So listen, afterwards, is there a party at Gary's house afterwards? No? Oh, we didn't hear him say that. I said there was, but all right. So who's ready for something else? I do like this group down here. I've had a lot of fun down here. These guys are down at the start line getting ready. Yeah? No. She wants to. All right. Who else do we have? Andy?
Nice job, track crew. Looks like this announcer stand side is just about ready. When you see the scraper come out there, just get any of the high spots that the roller leaves on it. So that's kind of the final stage we're starting to see there on the left track. So good to see the progress along there. This track, these guys were here earlier in the day where they disc it up and they put water into it. They disc it up, they put water into it again. Because clay does not like to take water, so it takes a lot of horsepower and a lot of fuel to actually build this track. It's just not. It's a really a labor of love and just to keep going here with building this. So it takes hours upon hours to get this track, get the water down in there a good 12, 16 inches. So especially on a dry night, we're not going to see that a whole lot tonight, to where that moisture starts coming out, starts dissipating, and it really can kind of keep a consistent track surface throughout the night. That's the goal and why it takes that. We appreciate Deer Country. You see some of the green tractors out here. We have some newer ones down there, but they're the ones that provided some of the later model John Deeres for us to use tonight. So when you see them out on the track, Deer Country, a big help for their partnership, and we thank them very much. Lancaster, Lebanon, Adamstown, and Allentown, locations to serve you. Deer Country, thank you. You see, one of the pullers are, if this is your first time seeing pulling, like he's out there with a rod pushing down. Now, you'll normally see four-wheel drive and two-wheel drives, yet the four-wheel drives are big on that. They're trying to find areas of the track which are soft, which are hard, and as they have some big decisions to make. Their air gauges that they use for their tires measure down to fractional of pounds. You know, when you're pumping up your car tire or your bike tire, you're just trying to get 35, 45, 50 pounds in there. You know, they're looking at trying to get like 8.5 and all these little variables. And then the back may be a different air pressure. And they usually keep logbooks and notes on what they do. But this is where it's decision-making time, and they're starting to kind of calculate their decisions now. How firm is the track over here? Does my truck run better over here? So I know it looks like he's digging for worms for tomorrow fishing in the pond, but that is not the case. They're actually just trying to get a feel for the track with this. So, one found a rock over there. Now, you'll see the pullers do that, and then if this is your first time seeing it, the rules with pulling are you can pull anywhere between the white lines. Do not touch the white lines because then you completely lose points. So finding out and knowing the track in between the white lines is very important to these pullers, and especially the four-wheel drive, just because the competition is so tight. And what do they say? We had 35 or 37 of them. So it's a big deal getting that truck position right. Nice part about the four-wheel drive trucks is they can start on one side of the track and move over to the other side of the track and kind of steer down to the track. They're the only ones here tonight that can do that. Everybody else has to steer with the rear wheels for the most part, because we're going to see the front wheels up in the air. So they have left and right brakes that they can use to slow down or speed up the left or right tire. So their steering wheel, once they get the front wheels up, is useless. Same rules for them. They do not want to touch the white line, or you get no points, no distance. And what a shame to travel that far for that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Buck, we're about halfway through the summer season here, and you can see a combined demolition derby next month. We're going to have a normal car demolition derby, but we're going to add some combine classes into them as well. This is something that got started about 7-8 years ago. It's a fan favorite, and to see some old combines come out here and smash and have some fun, it's just a blast. So August 1st is when that happens. Later on, one of the largest days, we support the truckers for Miracle Kids, Children's Miracle Network. It's all semis. There's two parts of the show. There's a free part during the afternoon that takes place starting in the morning, and then you'll have like 400 trucks out in the parking lot up there, and it's a show and shine out there. It's free, raising money for Children's Miracle Network. And then the event portion starts at 7 p.m., and it is some of the hot rod semis come out here that are modified, and I'm telling you what, they are just absolutely powerhouses where you just get the, if you love black smoke rolling, and I know many of you do, you will certainly love Truckers Day, and you want to make sure you mark down your calendar for August 22nd. And then the monster trucks return. Yes, they will be back at the end of August. It's kind of the back to school. How many kids are ready to go back to school? How many parents are ready for their kids to go back to school? Parents get bigger cheers on that one than before. So August 29th, we move up a grade. We have a lot of fun. We get the monster trucks out here. And those of you that have been to Monster Truck Show here at the Buck absolutely know that they don't hold back. Lots of room for them to have a lot of fun. And then the Buck Pull-Off Championship pulling will take place. This is a long-time tradition in mid-September, the 12th. And so mark that on your calendars. If you're a truck and tractor pull fan, obviously, if you're here, this is not the final show of the year. We actually have another one in September 12th, and it's always a fantastic time. It's really a lot of fun, too, because the New York circuit's usually done about that time, so you'll get a lot of the New York, New England pullers come down, and then your more East Coast pullers, too. So we really see pullers from all over the Northeast come to the Buck Pull-Off Championship Pulling. You can buy tickets for all these shows online right now. All right, so if you have a birthday coming up, something's kind of celebration, you can buy those tickets ahead of time. Let me tell you another little Buck secret. If you buy the ticket and then for some reason something comes up and you can't use it, you're not lost. You can use that ticket for any remaining show of the season of equal or lesser value. So if you say, let's go to the Combine Demolition Derby, and you can't make it there, for some reason somebody gets sick, that happens, well, just use it for another event that's about the same amount of money, and you can use it. So we leave the ticket open. Our goal is for you to have fun here at the Buck, and lots of season left for you to enjoy. So certainly buckmotorsports.com is where you can get those tickets, and lots of fun, family excitement here at the Playground of Power yet remaining for the season. Yes, good to see the other side of the track continue to get groomed, and the scraper is out front, so we are just minutes away from green flag pulling, I believe. This is getting close, fans. We want to thank your fans for the patience you've had with this, as this is a curveball we weren't expecting to happen, and you just hope that this comes together real quickly. It's good to see the blue skies up ahead, so I'm getting a really good feeling about some good green flag racing here that's going to continue for a while. Boy, here's a tractor coming down the sidelines that I have seen out in Louisville. This tractor I have seen, if you've been to Louisville, seen that show, you've seen them put it in the sand out there. But this is absolutely amazing. I kind of have chills. I've seen this one on videos and on YouTube, and to see this at the Buck is just absolutely thrilling. Just a reminder that during the event tonight, please do not be smoking in the grandstands. Vaping is the same way. Please no smoking in the restrooms or in the food lines. Everywhere else is okay, all right? So please keep that in mind. Also, during the time that there's action on the track, please do not be standing along the safety catch fence when there is competition on the track. You can go up and take pictures leading up to that, but please, for your safety, the insurance company does not allow you to take photos directly from the track when competition is going on out there. Appreciate your help and appreciate parents for helping keep the kids back from the fence. So right now it's fine, but when they fire up, we're going to have to get everybody back from the fence. Another little Buck hack to pass along to you over at the Buck Snack Shack. Fresh squeezed lemonade, not the fake stuff out of a fountain. We give you the real stuff. Or if you want that in a strawberry version, we have that as well. But it's real fresh squeezed lemonade, which is one of my favorite drinks. And it comes in a massive quantity there for you to enjoy and to share with one another. So Buck Snack Shack is where you can get that goodness for you. All right, you see Marvin down at the end of the track there next to Charlie, and he's the dirtologist, and I think we are getting word, and he's going to radio up and turn it over to Dan and Charles to move forward.
Well, thank you very much, Andy, as once again we welcome you to the Buck here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, Quarryville area as we get ready to go NTPA Grand National Pulling. Once again, we are live to the world on Full Pull Live. Dan Mayer joined by Charles Posch. Down trackside, we got Andy Kaiser as well as,
Krista Kelly.
Krista Kelly's going to work with us as well, yes. So
PK's
Krista down
going to
there.
ear for that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Charles, we're just about ready to go back pulling here tonight. We were ready about an hour ago. We were just getting opening ceremonies underway, and then Mother Nature said no.
No, and you know what? Great turnaround, great effort by the track crew. And I've never been here before, Dan. You've spent many years being here in the past. With it now being 2 tracks, the intimacy we've got of this place, the stands are right there. You're on top of the action. You can't get closer to this much horsepower for longer than what you could do right here.
Yeah, absolutely. And we talked about it earlier. You know, this place, when it started back in 1974, they pulled here each and every week, the only full-time pulling track in the world. And like you say, all that history, everything rolled into one here, and we're ready to go pulling here tonight. Let's start it. How about it, fans? You ready to go?
8,000-pound ProFab machine open super stocks. Please welcome to the track area, Mr. Aaron Hall from Waupun, Wisconsin, and the taking care of business, John Deere 9400. Single overhead camshaft, 650 cubic inch, John Deere power plant, triple chargers, boosting upwards of 5,000 horsepower. Going to turn itself loose on the west side track. Aaron comes in sitting number 2 in national points. Looking to do some damage. This tractor been a part of the alcohol super ranks for 24, 25 seasons, I believe. And the whole family, longtime campaigners of methanol-powered tractors.
All right, he's going to get the slack out of the chain. We got any John Deere fans here in Pennsylvania tonight. Where's our John Deere fans? Well, we've got Ryan Allison with the Terminator sled over here on the main grandstand side. Going to be our sled operator out of Chambersburg, PA. We'll have that dubious job of stopping all this high horsepower here tonight over on this track. And then over on the roadside, we have got Vaughn Bauer out of Peyton, Iowa with his Full Pull Live man sled. Those will be our sled operators here tonight. Track length here, 320 feet long. And approximately 40 feet wide is what they've got lined out here tonight as we get ready to go with TCOP.
See you later. Took his time. It spun the mud off the tires on the first 10 feet, but he is way, way out there.
Yeah, great run right there. Of course, he'll be our test puller here tonight. Each and every first competitor out on these classes here tonight will be our test puller. As you can see, some of that slimy mud down there at the end of the track. And like we said, due to safety concerns, runoff area 320 feet is going to be the max here tonight, Charles.
I would not be terribly surprised if we see a change come forward here, and the Hot Shot Secret Powered by Science test hook being a forced turn down for Mr. Aaron Hull. But we will see what our NTPA track officials have to say about it as we watch the replay. Spins up the tires and gets to cooking. Yeah, he's way out there. 342.98. We will mark that down provisionally until we hear what they've decided.
All right, fans, over on the roadside, you can see just finishing up their final groom work over there before we bring out Von Bauer with the Ironman sled. He'll back it in when they're ready to go. See some of the modified four-wheel drive competitors out there poking that track and making sure everything ready to go. As we take a look at our field here tonight, modified four-wheel drives, we've got a bunch of them. 33 have signed in for competition here tonight, 33 of them here in our modified four-wheel drive class.
Having a look at the engine in that JD, billet cylinder head, fabricated valve cover, shielding on top to cover the spark plugs in case one gets ejected at high boost. And, of course, the big chargers out front that inhale as much atmosphere as they possibly can and force feed that power plant on the whole John Deere. There's the throttle blade. You will not find one of those on a diesel because an alcohol tractor, it does have a throttle body that feeds that intake plenum. Cross-flow head and a single overhead camshaft that operates valves both sides. Hemi style on these alcohol tractors. They're not flat on the deck surface like a diesel needs to be.
All right, fans, so you can see the full pull live Ironman sled. Von Bauer backing in over on the roadside as he will get ready for our big class of modified four-wheel drive competitors as Lisa Peterson going to get things started out of Baldwin, Wisconsin. On the four-wheel drive side, she'll be behind the wheel. The bounty hunter here tonight, the hired gun, as Lisa going to be behind the wheel, I believe, of two vehicles here tonight. Nope, just the one. Okay,
yep,
I'm just checking. I know there was talk of her running Larry's truck, but Larry going to run it here tonight. So this will be Lisa's shot. Of course, she'll be our test puller here tonight, and this will be interesting.
It will be. You know, they have the Petersons ordinarily. Lisa has her own truck, still waiting on her new engine to be out. They have the space in the trailer for that second truck, and it saves the Mangans a trip out from Iowa for this is Anna Mangan's truck. And of course, Mark, he's got the big Pro Stock now, so he said, well, if yours isn't ready, would you take our truck out to the East Coast for us? And, of course, here they are.
And, of course, fans, you are seeing the best of the best of the NTPA Grand National Circuit here this weekend. We've got no less than 20 different states represented here tonight. They have come from all over to put on a spectacular show. And there you can see right there, we're going to put another 2,000-pound block for our Super Stock Open class into the Terminator sled and restart that class over.
Wobble wheel packers are out there doing their job on both sides. As Von Bauer steps off the full pull live sled, he was doing a stare down at his side, his track. Maybe thinking about an adjustment. Maybe not, we'll see. We have definitely made a change, though, on the west side here. That will make Terry Blackburn our Hot Shot Secret test hook. And that tractor has been a bit Jekyll and Hyde this year. When it runs well, it's making more steam than just about anybody else, but he's had to fight it a little bit in 2026.
Yeah, we saw kind of shades of brilliance in Toma just a couple weeks ago up in Toma, Wisconsin. The Dairyland Super Nationals up there as Terry getting that tractor back dialed in. Like Charles just said, the way that we have seen this tractor for so many years, winning those national titles, got 5 national titles with this particular tractor as the officials finish up their work down there. And we will turn things over here to Terry Blackburn as he'll get that big V8 fired up. Of course, V8s are allowed in this class. We just saw the 6-cylinder there on the taking care of business tractor, but the V8s are allowed, and sometimes we see, little dominance there, but really over the last couple of years, you really haven't seen that.
No, it hasn't been the case as it was, 10, 15 years ago when the 903 Cummins platform first appeared. So they are using that Cummins 903, again, D-stroke, or sleeve down, maybe both, to the 650 cubic inch limit. When it's right, it will be high RPM, nose up, and if Terry Blackburn does one of his textbook driving jobs, you'll get a touchdown about 5 feet before he stops, and then that's it. It's over. And it's just a beautiful thing to watch. But it has been nose heavy and just a little cantankerous. Nothing major wrong, just missing a little something there in the tune-up.
And, of course, the team owned by Mike Chiswick out of Newton, Wisconsin. His 2 tractors. You'll see this machine here with Terry Blackburn behind the wheel. Then his son, Cody, a new driver just a couple of years ago.
Cody drove the V8 tractor for the first time up in Hutchinson, Minnesota when this class started its season about a month ago. And he said, I'm not. Well, I talked to him before, and he said, yeah, I'm nervous. I haven't been in this one yet. But he handled it just fine. Looks like just a little bit left of center starting spot for Terry Blackburn, one of the old masters of alcohol super pulling. See a haze out of the pipes. These are mechanically tuned, mechanically injected alky burners. It's very rich right now, so you're seeing a lot of extra coming out. It'll clean up once the Chargers catch up and put it on boost. Extremely armed and dangerous, Terry Blackburn. Okay, that's more like it in terms of performance, but I think we're going to need 2,000 more pounds.
Yeah, how about it, fans? What a run right there. Terry Blackburn, extremely armed and dangerous, hauling the mail right out the back end here. As I hear our first of our modified 4-wheel drives firing up down there, we'll get that class underway here.
Big group of Mod 4s, 32 are on the entry list. As we look in on Lisa Peterson out of Baldwin, Wisconsin. Profab machine, her and Larry Peterson own that business, doing transmission work for a lot of pullers and sleds. And they are, of course, the title sponsor for Superstock Open running currently on the other side.
So just waiting to hear from our officials down track side as far as what we're going to do here on the West track here is Superstock Open underway here. We've restarted one time, and no doubt we'll start a second time here as they'll bring the sled back to the start line. See some of our modified 4-wheel drive competitors down there on the start line checking things out, of course. I've been watching this track through the reconditioning process as we'll take a look here at the replay of Terry Blackburn's run. See 345 even. And we talked about that earlier, Charles. Nothing over 320 here tonight. And just like that, we've had 2 runs out the end.
That's got to have some of the guys remaining in the class kind of maybe licking their chops a little bit. 6 blocks in there, looks like, and not enough. Maybe more. I don't know if it's got a 2 center more house more there. scales. That condition over there, it's got Paul Power out looking at this sled for the four-wheel drives and talking to NTPA officials too. Secret lab formulated, dyno tested, track proven. Time for another shot at a Jeff Hodem out of Delroy, Ohio, the fully loaded John Deere. Buckmaster Tech Scales making his first NTPA start. 2026 in the same starting position. Blackboard Racing Components horsepower under the hood for Jeff. Undeserving of doing a bad job. He makes some great passes, but it's a safe concern. Terry Blackwater, and you don't just put 20 on Terry Blackwater.
Looks like we got our first modified four-wheel drive in Baldwin, Wisconsin. Behind the wheel of the Bounty Hunter. Normally, the wheel this truck. National points. Call the Bounty Hunter 2003 Chevrolet. 650 no turbocharging allowed in this track. All natural spring. Horsepower. The development we see on that price tag just keeps going up.
Yes, it does. It's 1,800 horsepower. You're going to be, for an okay one, not a great engine, you're going to be about 50 cents a horsepower.
And it goes up from there. It goes up from there. All right, here we go, fans. Slack out of the chain. We are ready. Lisa Peterson behind the wheel of the Bounty Hunter. It's going to be our Hot Shot Secret powered by Science, Tess Fuller.
Super side, I just had to change out the sled. I'm going to throw one way in and go up a gear, try and take 30 feet off.
314.04 fans for Lisa Peterson here tonight. 314.04. Now the big decision. Whether or not she will take her turn down that run as a test forward. Now, thinking would be the track would get better here, the more trucks we run on it. But there's always that possibility that can go away. So there's always that thought. But Lisa has decided, nope, we're going to go with the first stuff. We're going to go with we're going to turn it down. She's thinking it's going to get better here. We'll turn down that run at 314.04. She will drop to last in the class. So that is her option. Test forward.
I wouldn't be too surprised with her being a substitute on Anna Mangan's truck. I don't think Lisa's driven it before, so maybe the conversation was had beforehand that whatever happened, they were going to drop it just so she could get that one rep and feel what the truck's going to be like and then reapply later. Now, and it'll be interesting to see if it's going to be a drop 6 or all the way to the bottom.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if the Mangan crew back in Minnesota is watching this on Full Pull Live. And we have seen that a couple times here this year. James Schmucker up in Hutchinson, Minnesota, was doing some crew chiefing on the TV there, watching, and hey, make this change, make that change. So we will see how it'll work out here for Lisa Peterson, and she will drop to last in the class over on our modified four-wheel drive side. Grant Young will be up next with the Renegade out of Kentucky. He'll be followed by Jim Holman with the four-play, and Taylor Corsa with the Taylor Made. Our next three on the four-wheel drive side.
For Open Supers, we've got fumes out of the stacks. For Bob Ganser out of Platteville, Wisconsin. Run here 2. I think that we might have that backwards on the sheet. That looks to me like that should be Zane in the seat of Rutten Deer 2. Bob usually drives Rutten Deer 1. This should be Mr. Zane Daly.
Yeah, Zane currently sitting number 3 here in Grand National points. Champion on the Grand National circuit back a couple of years ago, 2023. We see T-Motor on his respective ride down the sideline there.